Hi, I'm Ed Morrison with the Purdue Agile Strategy Lab, and I'd like to spend a couple of minutes explaining Agile Strategy and Strategic Doing, our new discipline for open, loosely connected networks. Well, why do we need a new discipline of strategy? Well, the answer is that we're moving from hierarchies to networks, and the old approaches to strategy, which were designed for hierarchies, don't really work well in networks. So we need a new strategy discipline for networks, where places where people can't really tell anybody else what to do. So we also need new approaches to bringing people together, new collaboration platforms. So we spend our time also focused on how do we design collaboration platforms within organizations and within communities and regions and universities to build these complex collaborations. So let's go into strategic doing in a little bit more depth. Strategy involves answering two questions. Where are we going and how will we get there? And in order to answer those two questions, we pose and answer four questions. The first question is, what could we do? The second question is, what should we do? The third question is, what will we do? And our fourth question is, what's our 30-30? So our first question, what could we do, enables us to start to link and leverage assets and define new opportunities. Our second question, what should we do, enables us to focus on a handful or one or two of these opportunities that are big and easy to do, relatively easy to do. So with those two questions, we define an outcome. The third question is, what will we do? What's a Pathfinder project that we can start on? And what's the commitment of every individual around the table to actually start working on that Pathfinder? And then our 30-30 is, when are we going to get back together again to revise our strategy? To ask ourselves, what did we learn the last 30 days and what are we going to do the next 30 days? So strategy in this process is an iterative process. It's like software development. There's a version 1.1, 1.2, and we embed learning as we go. So how do we actually teach this? We teach this with 10 simple rules. And you can think of this as the same dynamic as a flock of birds or a swarm of bees. Individual entities, agents, don't do anything but follow some simple rules, and out of those simple rules, complex formations occur. The same idea with strategic doing. As we teach these simple rules and people start to embed these rules, complex strategies emerge. So where have we used this approach? Well, we've used it in Flint. Over the last 5 years, we've been working in Flint, and we started out with a really complex problem. How do we reduce teenage homicide rates? We've also used this in North Alabama to design with Janice a new innovation ecosystem for the Muscle Shoals region of Alabama so they can leverage that musical heritage they have. We've worked with companies, large-scale companies, to start to attract smaller companies that enable them to take on big challenges like how do we build a new condition-based maintenance system for the Navy? And of course, we've worked with small companies who have engaged in open innovation and who are very skilled at building new technologies, but don't have the connections really to the larger companies that they need to grow. So we've been all over testing this approach. We've responded to requests for workshops, and in order to meet the needs, meet these demands, we started building our own university network. So this university network is really growing, and it's a network of universities committed to teaching this new approach to strategy and embedding it in a variety of different courses, offerings, and their engagement work with communities and regions. What we're really proud about is the fact that we've really spent a lot of time figuring out how to teach this discipline and what are the learning experiences that we need to have in each rule so that people start to embed this and change the way they think, behave, and do things together. So we're really excited about that. We offer 1 day, 2.5 day, and courses now in online courses with our School of Engineering Technology and into our second year business school curriculum. So if any of this really interests you or is engaging to you and you'd like to learn more, I encourage you to poke around on our website, go to our blog, and see if there's something that engages you that you'd like to talk to us about. And then feel free to engage with us and connect with us. Send us an email or a ping any way you want to do that. We'd love to hear from you.